Age of Mythology Retold. Just how good is this game, and is it worth you picking up? Hello and welcome to the Critique Kudos. I'm a Monk, and today, yes, we are doing just a quick first impressions video really for Age of Mythology Retold. Now, this game has just released. It's a remastered game of the original Age of Mythology. They've updated the graphics and just made it, a little bit more in tune with modern day gaming, I believe. This has been published by Xbox Game Studios. It's one that I knew was coming out for a little bit now, and I'm so excited to finally get my hands on it. Now, it does cost around £30. £37.99 on Xbox, I believe only $29.99 if you're buying it on Steam. So depending on which platform you're buying it on, you got different price variables there. There is, however, a premium edition, which is where the $37.99 comes in, so you can pick it up a little bit cheaper, and it will be available as part of Game Pass as well. Now, I picked this game up today. I have the Xbox Series S and I have the Xbox Series X as well. I've played it on both. First thing I should say, this is a first impressions video after all, and I feel like it's really important to be transparent no matter how excited I am for this game. So on the Xbox S, I did have a few performance issues. My game kept overheating, and it just didn't like me playing it on the Xbox S for whatever reason. I don't know if it needs a patch. It could have been me as well, because at the beginning of the game you do have graphical options. You can go for performance or you can go for quality. In other words, you're trying to push those graphics. I believe I was trying to just see how good the graphics could be on the S, which, by the way, are absolutely smashing if you ask me. But yeah, I had some performance issues on the S. However, when I played this game over on the Xbox X, I had absolutely no problems whatsoever. This game ran absolutely smoothly. It was really, really nice. Now, I've played a few hours on it so far, so that's where my thoughts on this game are coming from, the first few hours of gameplay. The voice acting's really nice. There is quite a few cutscenes, quite a few, bits of dialogue, and it sounds really good, looks really good. The graphics in this game is so much sharper than the original, so it's just really nice to see everything diving around. There is a tutorial mode. There is a tutorial mission. It's very short. Very short. It goes through a few basic options. This is quite a basic game. For anyone that's never played the original, you basically have a board, you have a few objectives, and you need to, you need to build up a base. You need to build up a base by having a town center, upgrading your town center, getting some villagers, getting those villagers to go chop down some trees, or go mine some gold, or go hunt for some food, gather berries, work the farmlands, that kind of thing. You also get your villagers to build your buildings, to build your military building, so you're able to build your archers or your footmen, or even in this case for this game, your soldiers, your heroes. You get some absolute legendary Greek and old school warriors that you get to choose from, and of course you also get beasts, mythical beasts to control, like Pegasus or Minotaurs, those kind of things. So it's a really interesting strategy game. Obviously, this is Age of Mythology, so you're dealing with a lot of myths and legends of old. And although the game is, quite basic, this is an old game that has been remastered, so a lot of the controls are very simple, very basic. There's quite a lot to it, which is quite interesting. I love base building. I love having to manage resources and having to manage your population, having to build up your villagers and get them to do, certain chores, while also trying to defend your land as well. Not only is this land based, but you've got ships that you can construct too. So you've got to defend from both land and sea. And this game opens you straight off. We are literally like a couple of missions in right now, and I've already got myself a Pegasus, which I think is pretty pretty awesome. Obviously, the Pegasus you can use as kind of scout units. I've already had to face off against Kraken as well, which again, I think is kind of brilliant. You know, only being a couple of missions in, they're already just throwing out those monsters to you. And where the strategy comes in with this game is that you also get access to god powers too, depending on, you know, what you choose from. And as you kind of level up to the next age and stuff, you know, in other words, trying to get deeper into that technology line, it seems that you've actually got real choice over how your empire evolves, which I think is going to be very, very interesting. Now, there are some campaign missions that I have played. There is also skirmish mode as well as multiplayer. Multiplayer is where I think this game could be a lot of fun. Now, I should really mention that this game is just for those next-gen consoles, so the Xbox Series S and X, and of course Steam as well. It's not on the PlayStation 5 as far as I know, and it's certainly not available on just the standard Xbox One either. But it's got to be said, for the amount of time that I've played, I thoroughly enjoyed my time. I'm actually blown away by just how good this game is visually and how well it performs. Now, yes, this game would probably be a lot better played, or I guess purpose-built for, say, PC. But using a controller, it seems to work pretty fine. All of the buttons, the controls are pretty standard. I don't think they're particularly too clunky. However, I can see that if you have PC, if you have, you know, a keyboard and mouse, this is obviously, you know, that type of a game where it's a lot easier to control the pieces with that control input. Now, I'm going to go off and play a good few more hours on this game before I give a full review. I also want to check out the multiplayer. I feel like this is a game that is, you know, designed to be played multiplayer, head versus head. This is a 2-to-12 player multiplayer game, which is going to be really interesting to see just how it works with multiple people at once. Haven't checked out the multiplayer whatsoever yet, but I do plan on doing so. And of course, I'm not going to give a full review until I've actually played all of it. One thing I did like, however, is that for people that are new to strategy games, this has a variety of different difficulties that you can choose from. So if you're new to strategy games, but you like maybe how this game looks, I think this is a perfect game for people to get into. Especially if you love Greek mythology or, you know, mythology games as well, then this is going to be an absolute belter of a game for you to jump into and just get a feel for strategy, and of course turn up the difficulty as you play through the levels. Perhaps something I also noticed is that you can adjust the difficulty as you complete levels, which is again a nice little touch. But yeah, for anyone else watching right now, if you've played this game, if you've got thoughts on it that perhaps may be different to my own, let us know down in the comments below, because it'd be really nice for the community to get a real feel of, you know, what this game has to offer and what the vibes are. But anyway, I've been a monk, we've been Inquisitive Curious. I will see you in the next video very soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.